What's up, y'all? I got another one for y'all inside the interview. This one is with Neekee the Millennial. I did this back, well, it aired back in August of 2022. Neekee the Millennial. Neekee is a full-time content creator. I believe at the time to where we were talking and stuff like that and learned about one another, she was at around 16, 17, 18,000 followers, maybe 19. She's up to 36,000 on Facebook right now. And she's she's over 100-something thousand on TikTok, I believe. I have to go and check the numbers. I'll screenshot it and put it on the display for y'all right there on the video. But yeah, Neekee, I wanted to, like, I think she was the first content creator, full-time content creator I interviewed. I believe she was.
I would see so many notifications and it was kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, it was overwhelming for me to have that and not be used to that.
Mm-hmm.
But when I told my husband, and he was kind of like, like, yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Like he wasn't into social media as much as me at that time, so.
Mm-hmm. I don't think anybody before her I interviewed was a full-time content creator. They might have been doing content creation, but they wasn't full-time with it. Neekee was able to quit her job because she went viral during the COVID pandemic and all that. She utilized, different things. She tells a story of like cornbread being a cheesy video that catapulted her. I don't know if she said this during the interview, but like she did millions upon millions of views, right? First check from Facebook, I believe, was like 19 grand in a month. Fantastic. It's something when you create something and you have an idea for something and then it takes off and you have, like, success with it. And that's what Neekee experienced. We even did, like, behind the scenes consultations and stuff like that, to where I was helping her turn her content creation into an actual business, and she has done that now. And she like I said, this is a few years ago, so she's evolved and advanced, and she's even branched out into other businesses as well, and just creating a more revenue for her family and opportunities to where her husband now is doing things on his own brand, because that's the thing I love about Neekee. She involved her husband in the process, and they really do make a great team as far as content creation and stuff like that. And she went in to go and talk about, like, how she has to think about different video ideas and write them down every day or have a writing process that she does, and then executing those videos and putting them out and promoting them, and then keep doing that or whatever and staying consistent with it. Because when you stay consistent with it, you keep building your audience. When you start slacking off, and I've experienced that myself, like anybody knows, the last year or so, I've been through this whole transition of, reestablishing my life due to personal life just going to hell. So as a creator, it's easy to walk away stuff when things are hard from the creative aspect because you're trying to focus on your life. But you live and you learn. I like the fact she has kept going. She's branched off into other things. She has 2 different platforms that are huge with the numbers. She's turned into like a business model. And she's out there doing her thing. Her husband doing his thing. I do remember at one time she was trying to change her concept of what she was doing. I think she was doing trying to go more into food reviews. But I was talking about, like, me and her, we have conversations every now and then. And I told her, I was like, well, your content was based in, like, the corniness of the material and stuff like that, which is cool. It's funny. They didn't follow you because of food reviews. That would have to be something totally different that you build outside of, that. And I think that's where, like, a lot of content creators get it wrong. You establish an audience, but then you try to make that audience fit a new narrative, and that's why they're not coming to that page for that. They're coming to the page for the corniness of things and just, you know, simplicity of the jokes, but yet they're funny. It's like dad jokes or whatever, you know. So you alienate your audience, but like she learned from that and she went back to what she was doing. She, like I said, you can follow her page. She has hundreds of thousands of millions of views upon different pieces of content. It's definitely funny. Recently, she did like a Popeyes thing. I think in Sandersville, maybe there's a Popeyes out there that's just not open yet. It's been sitting there for years. So it's stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? That where I think it's funny, and you know, there's a lot of stuff out there that we can use as content creators. All we gotta do is just open our minds and open our eyes. So I wanted to talk to Neekee about her content journey, and she's a mom as well, a wife, a mom. She has to balance all those roles. And then like one of the questions I asked, what I thought was great was, how do you balance being creative versus what's working? Because those could be two different things. And they can go in two totally different directions or whatever. As a creator, content creator, you love the creative aspect of creating. But when something hits and is relatable and it has synergy and all that and it goes viral, it starts paying you. Now you have a business. You can't alienate that audience. That's what they liked. But you don't want to keep doing the same type of stuff all the time. So creatively, how do you, you know what I'm saying, get so creative that you still fulfill that need and that itch to scratch to be creative, but yet still fulfill the demand that your audience wants? And that's a balancing act that y'all, all creatives have to understand and come to realize and come to terms with. But yeah, so check out the interview that I did with Neekee the Millennial. If you have not, and if you're new, check out all the videos and stuff like that. You can go to the YouTube page, IG page, Facebook page. You can follow me personally. If you're interested in starting a podcast, I wrote an ebook about it. How to launch and start your podcast from scratch. You know, say the podcast playbook. 500 million people listen to podcasts worldwide. That's a huge audience to tap into. Don't waste your time just starting. Use your time wisely by starting correctly. Hi, I'm Andreas, and I built Banked Out Radio Show from 0 to 11,000 followers. And if you're trying to start a podcast, I wrote an ebook about it. Clear, concise. You don't have to have the biggest audience. You don't even have to have an audience at all and still can monetize your podcast. Remember, everyone has a story. If you've been on the internet searching, there's a lot of information out there how to start your podcast and it can seem overwhelming. I believe in the KISS model. Keep it simple, stupid. Short, concise, straight to the point, all in the ebook. You can change your life in a week. Start your podcast, launch it, and monetize it. All within a week. You can go to the pay link, check out the book. You can also subscribe to the newsletter. Get more advanced techniques and lessons. You can change your life in a week. So that's available for you. It's in the descriptions. Thank you for your support. And I look forward towards more support, you know, whether it be financially, whether it be sharing, whether it be, you know, commenting, whether it be viewing. So thank you.